I haven't made a video blog since school ended back in May, and I like to pretend that that's just because I got busy or because I didn't think about it, but it is because I intentionally was planning on not making video blogs anymore. Um, I kind of thought my journey was over or over in the sense of its value on the internet or what I wanted to share. But this summer, I think I was laid with a lot of evidence that it's not really true and that I should still keep going with this because this video blog is helpful for me. If anything, I should just keep creating for myself because it's helpful to me. I had the chance to go to Anaheim, California and attend VidCon with my sisters. If you don't know what VidCon is, look at the link in the bottom. And it was so fantastic to be surrounded by a community of creators and community of people who had ideas and thoughts that they wanted to share, and they wanted to just genuinely create and share themselves with the world, and there was no limit on that. And lately I feel that I myself have gotten very cynical with the internet, and I start thinking that there's too much content. There is too much content. There's so much content on the internet. And when me being someone who has a video blog, oftentimes I think I'm contributing to that just excess of content. But then when I went to VidCon and I realized that I have these same instincts as these creators that I met, and I've had relative success with my video blog despite the circumstances. And the truth is that I think I should create despite basically whether I have an audience or not. I need to continue to create because I've had experiences that I want to reflect on, and I've had thoughts that I want to say, and I can't tell you how many times during the summer that I've wanted to just set up a camera and start making videos, but consciously I was so scared and afraid to be creating the way that I've been creating the past 2 years on this channel because I thought that it wasn't relevant anymore. And I think it is, and it will always be, at least to me, and that should be enough. And even if it's only relevant to one person, I should continue to create, whether I'm actually just making this video. I don't know if I'm going to post it or not. I'm just going to keep talking. This summer, I did an externship at the hospital that I used to work at. And that was such an important experience because I was returning to a place where when I worked there emotionally, I was very unsure of everything. And I have gone back this summer and watched all of my video blogs repeatedly, and just overanalyzed my mannerisms and understood what kind of an emotional state I was throughout that year, and how this video blog was so important to maintaining my internal drive and to continue. And I will always need that, and I will always need to write and make vlogs and create things to have that, because that's just part of it's become a part of my personhood that I think if I ignore, I am doing myself a disservice. So, wow, that's not what I wanted to talk about at all in this vlog. What I wanted to say was, I think I wanted to begin by saying that today I opened my Robbins Pathology textbook, and in chapter 1 the sentence began by explaining that the literal definition, the Greek root of the word pathology, means the study of suffering. And I wasn't able to finish reading the chapter, which that wasn't even the chapter we had to read, because I was just lost in thought at that statement. And I began to think of the clinical experiences I've had this summer. This summer I had the chance to do little rotations with different physicians in different departments in the hospital in my hometown. I made relationships and I saw the clinical side of medicine in a way that I have never been exposed to it before, and I gained skills and I formed relationships, and I was reassured that this is exactly the field that I want to go into. And so this week, as we begin second year, through like the hustle and bustle of trying to figure out classes and textbooks and school supplies and getting into pharm and path, and by the way, super thankful for my chemistry, medicinal chemistry classes in undergrad. It's making the first probably only two weeks or so of pharm a little less scary. And I guess the study of suffering, right? So there must have been a reason why I stopped there, because I think what came to mind was human suffering. Yesterday, someone asked me why I went into medicine, and I gave the standard answers. My father, my upbringing, my interest in science and the human body and working with people, and my experiences in undergrad. But something I've started to realize is that throughout the summer, as I saw patients from in old situations, patients who were coming to a physician and getting enormous life-changing treatment, patients that were getting not so life-changing treatment, patients who were coming and we couldn't help them at all, and patients who didn't really need to come and maybe would have been better off if they didn't. And I started to think of myself and my own personal journey and how in healthcare people do come to you at their most vulnerable. They are vulnerable. They are allowing you to assess and form a conclusion about their body. The most intimate thing about being human is the vessel in which we exist and live our lives. Maybe another reason I went into medicine was a result of some existential crisis in which I had this desire, this itch to understand what it means to be a human being and what our place is in the universe, and just an understanding. And that understanding is what has driven me to do everything. It's what drives me to make this video blog. It drives me to read books and watch movies and listen to podcasts. And most relevant here, it's what drove me to learn in medical school, because what better way to understand what being human means than to go to medical school. And last year we learned the normophysiology, the normal anatomy, and histology and neuroscience. And this year we will be learning the abnormal. We will be learning the study of suffering. And this rant is really, really long, and I don't know how much of it I'm actually gonna put on YouTube. But I needed to make this because I haven't spoken in so long, honestly. I mean, I haven't spoken honestly. I haven't written honestly. And by that I mean I haven't been able to verbalize the thoughts that jumble around in my head. And I think that I need to do that because that is another thing that I need to do to practice being a human. And my only goal is, in all of this, is to be a better human being.